What up, my lovely peeps? How's it going? Today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to take a little journey inside of my mind and analyze some of these clips and some of the moves that I make whenever I'm clutching, instead of just making another gameplay video. And with any trust in you source, I urge that you go and take your knowledge for tips and tricks elsewhere instead of just taking my word as a one for all. And with that said, let's get right into the video. Alright, so this clip is the one that really made me want to make this video. It's 2-3, bank, match point, bomb ranked, and I'm playing Hibana, getting the soft hatches, unnecessary, but we're low on resources, short on time. I peek this hatch, pick off a vigil, and my teammate gets fragged. I start pre-aiming the door, pick up the refrag, and at this point I notice my health. I ask for a reset, which is going to happen shortly, but the real intricate part doesn't come until we're about 15 seconds left in the round, so let's jump to that. Alright, now at this point, we're closing up on the 15 second. I'm running low on time. I have diffuser, and I know where the last person is. I'm not going to drop this hatch because that's an easy pick for him. I start hoping to get the free kill. Start planting because I only have a few seconds left. I hear him coming, and that's when I jump up and go for the shot. See, the reason why I actually went for the shot is because if I didn't, he would have killed me and we would have lost anyway. So the old term risk it for the biscuit doesn't really describe with enough emphasis on how meaningful it is to actually do what's necessary to perform what needs to be done in order for your team to clutch the round. Now I want you to keep in mind the time that was left in order for me to perform such a risky maneuver.
5 seconds, you know.
Do it.
Oh my god. Let's go, dude.
Bro, you have clutched 3 rounds. Let's fucking go on, man.
Dude.
And with that comes a lot of background attributes that really don't get shown on the stage floor, you know? Like for instance, in order to just pop up like that and be comfortable with the feeling that you know you're gonna hit him in the head, you have to be comfortable with your sensitivity. And if you want to know my sensitivity, I'll put it in the description down below. It's not going to be perfect for you like it is for me, but it's also not a common value that you see with most people. So maybe that'll help you feel more comfortable adjusting your sensitivity that most people don't use, that works for you. Another thing is try and put yourself in those positions a lot more often. Like on defense, try and be an anchor so that when your team dies, you're one of the last people. And even if you don't start to clutch rounds like that often, at least you'll be more comfortable in those pressured situations, because it's kind of like stage fright. And how to get over stage fright? You get on stage. Same concept. Now before we get into the next clip that dives a little more deeper into stage fright and game sense as well, I want to add a little disclaimer that I don't claim to be the best player, but I am a high level player, and that's why I feel like you can take a little tips off of my mind of a little more strategies and more intricate thinking as of how I like to play, instead of all this run and gun and just trying to get kills like I've seen ranked start to become lately. Alright, so here we are playing Smoke on Villa, and the good stuff doesn't start happening until it's a 1v3. And yes, this does happen to me quite often, but it's okay, I'm fine with it. Like I said, I've put myself in enough positions that I'm very much comfortable with being in 1v3s. And judge me if you want to, but I'm an anchor at heart. I will anchor with Vigil, I will anchor with Caveira, alright? So with this, you want to have a little bit of game sense. Now, objective A, which is the objective to my right, just got fused not too long ago, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that one will still be to my right pushing that door. I don't expect them all to funnel through one objective doorway. However, I don't know this for a fact, but I do know for a fact that there is multiples on the other side of the wall of B-bomb site because of the callouts that I was receiving from my teammates, which is very important. And if you're not receiving them, make sure you ask for callouts. Now, as I was talking, you just seen me clutch the round. Let's run it back and break it down. So, as I expected, there was someone to my right, and he missed his shot. What you need to do is capitalize on that and to make sure you don't miss. Comes back to being comfortable with your accuracy and knowing where you're pre-aiming. Now because I knew the other two were coming from the other bomb site, I smoked off one of the possible entrances and started aiming at the other. I was lucky enough to down one with my smoke canister and pick up the frag with my SMG. Again, this all comes down to game sense, knowing your surroundings, making sure that your teammates giving good, proper callouts, being able to capitalize on those callouts, and this is how you're going to win rounds. Think about it this way. In the worst possible case scenario, you lose. But at least you tried. Here's a couple of tips that I picked up just off the top of my brain. On defense, play defense. Far too often, I see too many roamers. Limit your team to 2 roamers max. When an objective anchor dies, a roamer should retreat to fill his or her role for that round. And communication is key. I'm assuming that's already implied. Be innovative. Create new angles, peek holes, and trap locations. This game encourages your creativity. And don't backseat game. Don't get aggressive when an interrogation is active either. I've seen way too many people run across a map to kill someone, which that does not work out well. The enemy just turns into a cornered animal and picks you off one by one, because that's how you guys keep challenging him. In a clutch situation, don't let the fear or nervous feelings control you. Even the pro players get adrenaline rushes in hectic situations. You have to learn how to use those feelings. When in a state of anxiousness or fear, your hearing and vision is heightened. Play with confidence as well. Headshot, headshot, headshot. Keep your crosshairs head level at all times. If you're peeking in CQC, having a peek battle, or know someone is rounding the corner, pre-fire. Pre-fire saves lives. And remember to pre-fire headshot level. Speaking of saving lives, save the drone's life. Make wise use of your drones to gather intel that you can relay to your team. You have no clue how important drones can play in a round, and I see way too many people using drones for points. Try to bait, waste time on defense, especially for our roamers. You can bait the offensive team into traps or engage them in firefights without the intent to win, just to waste their time. I see way too many roamers going for kills. Your specific role is to waste time. If you pick up a couple frags, that's cool, but that's just icing on the cake. The cake is how much time you can divert them from the actual objective. Proning, crawling makes louder noises than crouching or standing. And with carpet and wood and metal, if you don't know how sounds work or how multiple sounds work, there's so many YouTubers have made it. You can even check my video. I've seen Serenity make a video on it. Macy J has made a video. Just keep up to date. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, get your knowledge from multiple sources. Try not to let one bad round ruin your whole game. Self-motivate and correct any mistakes, and even motivate your own team. I know like a lot of my teammates get really down, and I try and keep a positive attitude even though I'm not feeling it, just because we all can't be in a down slump during the whole game. Every team you play requires different strats to compete. So therefore, whatever's bringing you down, try to correct those mistakes and work with your team to see how you don't make the same mistake twice. Shoot, even watch pros, study their tactics, then notice their innovation and try to illustrate your own game style. Don't let the greed get you killed. If you down someone and finishing them is risky, let them get revived. At least you slow them down. That goes for both offense and defense. And this is something that I'm a victim of as well. One thing that I have to say, and I'm probably gonna regret saying it, I'm gonna eat my own words very soon. I can feel it. I can just feel it. Oof. Don't be afraid to play OP Ops. Play the meta. Whatever works, man. The word meta stands for most effective tactic available. So whatever works, whatever wins you games, play it. Because that's what Diamond is. It's how many times you can win, more than lose. Anyway, a lot of these tips might sound redundant at this point, but I feel like we're moving in a state as the meta changes that's forgetting the core basics of this game, instead of just turning this game into all gunfights. But this is the end of this video. So, you know how this goes. If you liked it, like it. If you hated it, like it anyway. And don't forget to subscribe to see my next video. If you like something like this format right here, taking a little journey inside of my mind, let me know in the comments or social media, whatever, so that I know this worked out and I should keep doing things like this. But until next time, stay beautiful.